The biggest killer to success is distraction. If you're not in control of your mind, you're not in control of your results. Move from being scattered, reactive, and mentally drained to putting yourself back in the driving seat in under 30 minutes per day. This is the daily focus and flow framework by the Carnivore Entrepreneur. After a hectic year of the beginning of 2021, where COVID, we were still in lockdown, to the massive influx of business that we had at the tail end of, or the second half of 2021, when the floodgates opened and the staycation boom happened and our business tripled in size over the COVID period. Not only did it triple in size in terms of the amount of properties that we had under management in our portfolio, but then the business went from, COVID lockdown to just absolutely going crazy. 2021 was the best year that we had in terms of growth, and also the best year that we had in terms of average revenue per property, because that's how we look at things in our main trading company, is we look at things in average property in terms of how well we're doing. In terms of finances, it really felt like things were working really well, and I had more money. Kay and I had more money than we'd ever had before. And coming out of that sort of crisis period of COVID, where we were actually told as an industry that we needed to shut down, we took it as an opportunity to pivot, to learn, to get better at business. And it just so happened that it just all fell in the right time. And actually, I would say COVID is what put us on the road to becoming, millionaires, essentially, to have a 7-figure net worth. We moved from not very busy in COVID to being really busy, but making lots of money in the second half of 2021. We didn't plan much. We just took it as we came. We worked really, really hard. At the beginning of 2022, my body and my mind had been massively neglected because we were enjoying our healthy bank account. And the bank account was very healthy in 2021. And we made a decision in 2021 to buy our dream home. We're living there at the moment. This is the house I'm in at the moment. So we put a lot of money into buying our dream home, putting it through a big refurbishment. We gutted the place and made it into what we wanted. So we were certainly enjoying our newfound growth and newfound wealth. But I didn't realize at the time, even though I was getting fatter and I wasn't as organized and I wasn't treating my mind with the level of respect that it needed to be treated with, I didn't realize that those things were being neglected. So looking back, I didn't know something was wrong, and it led to overindulging, overspending, and that lack of clarity and focus meant that we probably spent a little bit more than what we should and put things into our bodies that we shouldn't. Me more than anything else. I'm saying we, but me, I put more things into my body that I shouldn't. It had a cyclical effect. So what essentially happened, 2021 went really, really great. And it meant that my bank account was fantastic, but then everything else took a downturn. But I didn't, like I said, didn't realize that was happening at the time. However, beginning of first quarter of 2022, I was searching for something. I wasn't sure what it was, but I knew things weren't exactly the way that they needed to be. Like, it was fun. Like, don't get me wrong, having a lot of money makes things a lot easier, but I was definitely still searching for something. Something didn't feel right. I wasn't looking in the mirror and thinking that I was disgusting, even though I was a lot fatter and not anywhere near as strong as I am now. But I definitely was searching for something. I felt like something was missing. I can't remember exactly when it was in 2022, but I watched a video from Jim Rohn. And Jim Rohn, if you don't know, is Tony Robbins' mentor. Tony Robbins is the guy that, really made me break free from my comfort trap that I was in before and started me on this road to finding myself and finding my purpose, but this is a bit further down the line. And I found Jim Rohn, and he mentioned about journaling. He just went on about how he used to write things in his journal, his goals, all the things that he wanted to do and all the things that he was grateful for, anything that he wanted to brain dump and get out of his mind, and just use that journal for reaffirming things in his life, you know, making things the way that they needed to be, putting focus and clarity on the things that he wanted to put focus and clarity on, and direction of where he wanted to go. I then started doing the same. So I at the time just got a blank book and started writing things down daily. And I knew it was something that I needed to do because Jim Rohn, very successful guy, mentored Tony Robbins. And actually, I knew that it was something that I needed to do. And I felt like that was something that I was searching for and something that was going to help me get to where I wanted to. So I started this daily habit. And I haven't stopped the daily habit since. I've just progressed the daily habit and learned the types of things that you can do in a daily journal and fit it around a busy lifestyle. So the types of things that I learned I needed to write in my journal that put my mind in a real clear focus is around gratitude, it's around goals, it's around lessons, it's around affirmations, and just putting the things down that gets your head into the right space, gets your focus into the right place. And then continuing to search for this wasn't, again, searching for the answer of how I move forward, how I progress, how I get to the next level. And then I came across a book called Stress Less, Accomplish More by Emily Fletcher. Now, this is a book that taught me how to start meditation, how to clear your mind. Again, stress less, accomplish more. The clearer your mind is, the better decisions you make, and the better the results that you get. And that was the point of this book. So it taught me a way of meditating that could be done in 15 minutes. So since then, I've practiced the journaling, the meditation on a daily basis. I can quite comfortably say the clarity, the focus, and the development that I've had in each area of my life, personally and professionally, it has leveled it up to a place that I never thought it could get to. I genuinely am excited to get up every single day and write in my journal. And I use meditation daily to reset myself. The journal is used to set myself up for the day and also close myself down for the day. And meditation is used to reset myself during the day. Just those two things, journaling and meditation, absolutely transformed the meaning and the way that I approach life. And that is a game changer for me. And it could be a game changer for you as well. Over the last 2 to 3 years, because I've been doing this since 2022, it's now 2025. As I've been doing it, I've developed them and made them work for me. And I am a busy entrepreneur that holds a group company that has multiple companies underneath it. Yes, we have a main trading company, which is the busiest of the lot. I don't run that anymore. My wife, Kay, has totally taken that over and is doing a fantastic job trying to take it to the next level of optimum performance. And I'm looking after all the other sort of subsidiary companies and investment companies that we have underneath our group, with all the properties in them and how they're trading. Developing this way of clearing your mind, getting my focus and my flow to the place that it needs to be, I can do this in under 30 minutes a day. And that was key to me, is every single framework that I have needs to be two things. It needs to be simple and it needs to be efficient, because I'm a busy entrepreneur. And I'm not just busy on my businesses, I'm busy in my personal life, and I'm busy in my, making my body the way that it needs to be. And I want to enjoy every single day. And the focus and flow framework is fundamental to me achieving that, but I can do it in under 30 minutes a day. So what I want to share with you now is the Carnivore Entrepreneur Focus and Flow framework. And there's 3 parts to it. I've explained sort of 2 of them to you. And the third one is something that I've discovered over the last 1.5 years. And hopefully that can help you be more productive throughout the day as well. So over the last 2 to 3 years, I have developed these, and I've got to a place now where I'm really happy with them, and I'm not making any significant changes to it moving forward. This framework will be in a PDF form as well that you'll be able to download from the resources on the website and the link in my bio. So feel free to click on there and download the resources and the templates for doing any of the frameworks that I'm talking about in the videos. The first part is the journal, the Carnivore Entrepreneur Focus and Flow journal. Now, this just needs to be simple, okay? There's 2 parts to it. It takes 5 minutes to do. You've got about 3 minutes in the morning to set yourself up for the day, and 2 minutes in the afternoon. So you can do this in a blank workbook if you want, or feel free to print off my PDF and fill that in. That's not a problem as well. You're basically doing a number of things. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to write down the 3 things that you are grateful for today. They don't have to be massive things. They can be small things. They can be, I'm grateful that I've got 2 legs and I can walk around, or I'm grateful that I'm alive today because 250,000 people yesterday died. There's so many small things that you can be grateful for. Grateful for a roof over your head, food on the table. Or it might be bigger things. You might have had something amazing happen in your life that you just want to be grateful for, and it might be a big thing. But basically 3 things that you're grateful for, and then 3 things that are going to make today great. The 3 key things that you want to say by the end of the day, you have done, you've ticked off, you've achieved. What are those 3 things? What are the 3 things that you need to get done? It might be a big task you've got. It might be something that you're finishing off. It might be something you just need to tick off because it's been on your plate for ages and just need to get it done. It could be a big thing. It could be small things, but 3 things that you absolutely want to get done today. And then you want to write down your 3 sort of big goals. What I mean by big goals is stuff that you're going to achieve in the next 1 to 3 years. Some big things that you just need to achieve and that you're aiming for, and that everything that you're doing today ties in with those things. 3 things that you're grateful for, 3 things that you're going to get done today, and the 3 big goals that you're going to get done in the next 1 to 3 years. So big items, the things that you would say, if you got to the end of the next 3 years or 2 years or 1 year and you achieved, you'd be really, really happy. And then last but not least, the last thing is just write your affirmation for the day. One thing that I've been writing in my book every single day, I write different things all the time. It usually switches between a couple things, but one of the things that I write is take the time to be a memorable person. So my affirmation today is take the time to be someone that is worth remembering. And how can I experience even more love and joy right now? I sometimes do I am affirmation. So I am love, I am truth, I am a leader, I am a lion, part of the logo, I am liberated. They're the types of examples of affirmation, something that's gonna theme your day and that is gonna ground you for the day, essentially, to make you be the best person that you possibly can be. So just to recap, the journal is gonna be 3 things that you're grateful for, 3 things that you wanna get done today, 3 things that you want to achieve in the next 1 to 3 years, and then your affirmation for the day to make you have the best possible day ever. So that is the Carnivore Entrepreneur Focus and Flow journal. Again, PDF will be able to be downloaded. Number 2 is the meditation. So the Carnivore Entrepreneur Focus and Flow meditation. Now this is really easy. Everyone thinks meditation is and you've got to really clear your mind and you can't think of anything. And if you think of something, you failed. That's not what this meditation is all about. All this is noticing the thoughts in your head. And it's a very, very simple process. I'll go through them with you now. So what you need to do is either set a timer, so find a quiet space. And actually, I've done this in a noisy space as well, but it's better in a quiet space if you can find a quiet space. So find a quiet space, get yourself a 20-minute timer, or even, this is what I do, I find myself a 20-minute meditation piece of music. So you can find them online. Just make sure it's between 15 and 20 minutes. It's got to be over 15 minutes, but not any more than 20. So between 15 and 20 minutes. I think the one I've got is 19. So you find those timer, you set the timer, because you don't want to fall asleep, you don't want to go over. Sometimes if you are pretty tired, you could fall asleep doing this, but you don't want to go over the 20 minutes. And then sit down, get yourself comfortable. Don't lie down. So sit up straight. You can either sit up on your bed or sit in a chair in a quiet area. Just make sure that you're comfortable sitting up. And then just close your eyes, put your music on or set your timer. You've got to notice all of your 5 senses. I start off with the things that I can hear. So listen around for the things that you can hear, small things, big things, whatever you can hear. Just notice the things around you. And then you're going to notice the things that you can feel. 5 senses. First, notice the things that you can hear. Then notice the things that you can hear, the seat underneath you, or the bed underneath you, your hands on your legs, or whatever that might be, a throbbing. You might have a pain somewhere. It's just about noticing what you can feel. It might be air on your face, possibly. So notice the things that you can feel. Then you notice the things that you can smell. So breathe in through your nose. You might not be able to smell much, but it's just breathing in through your nose and noticing anything that you can smell. You know, you spend a few seconds on each. You don't need to spend a lot of time. So notice the things you can hear, notice the things you can feel, notice the things you can smell. Then, probably guessed, notice the things you can taste. Taste the things that are in your mouth. You might have eaten something before you do the meditation, so you'd be tasting the remnants of that. You might have had a mint, so you're tasting the leftover of the mint that was there. So, you know, you might not taste much if you haven't had anything, but you've got to notice the taste. So what are you tasting? And then last but not least, even though your eyes are closed, you notice the things that you can see. So I can't remember the word for it, but there's a description of what the color is when you've got your eyes closed. But what you'll notice is, especially if it's light out, you might notice flickering. You might notice certain spots in your eyelids that are, you know, flashing around or whatever that might be, but you've got to notice your sight. So your 5 senses, see what you can notice and notice them individually. And then just before you go into the proper meditation, and this shouldn't take longer than a minute or so, right? When you go into the proper meditation, just before, you bring all 5 senses together. So what you can hear, smell, taste, see, and feel all at once. And you do that for a few seconds, and then you go into the meditation. All the meditation is really, really simple. So you've set your timer, you've noticed your senses, you've become present. That's the idea. The only reason you're doing the senses thing is to become present in the moment. And then all you do is you say a word that's calming and 1 syllable. 1, that's the word that I use. I use the word 1. I find that very soothing, like I am the one, I'm the only one. And it's 1 syllable, and you can just go 1. And I find that very calming. So feel free to use that word. But as long as it's a 1 syllable word and you're saying it over and over again in your mind, not out loud through your mouth, but over and over again in your mind. And the word is called a mantra. And that mantra just resets you and keeps your thoughts at a minimum, but don't worry if your thoughts drift. It is okay to drift in thought. You just have to notice the thoughts that are there. And sometimes you'll be more in a trance, and sometimes you'll be more conscious of what's around you. And that's not a problem. It doesn't matter. All it is the act. There isn't a good way or a bad way to do this. It just is the way at that moment in time. Sometimes you've got a lot of things racing around in your mind, and you've got to allow those things to mix about and go for it. Just say the word over and over again. Use that word to reset yourself when your mind drifts, when you get a load of thoughts in. So you might start off by saying 1, 1, 1, 1, and then your mind starts thinking about something else, and you go, oh, I started thinking about something else. Not that you've done something bad by thinking about something else. You just noticed you started thinking about something else, not the 1, 1, 1 over and again. You go, oh, I started thinking about something else. Oh, we'll go back to the 1, 1, 1, 1. And you'll find yourself doing that, and it will reset you. I guarantee it. You will get a lot from it. That's the process. When the timer goes off or the song finishes, that's the time to stop, and you will notice it. Actually, you find yourself becoming more conscious. If you do go into a trance, you actually do find yourself becoming more conscious after about 12 to 15 minutes. And you'll notice that, and then you can gradually come back out and then ease yourself back out, open your eyes. I recommend having a drink of water by the bed or by the chair or in the room, wherever you are, so that when you're finished, you can have a nice big drink of water, and it just gets you back hydrated and ready to go for the rest of your day. The third thing, I did mention a third thing, and that third thing is just how to break up your work so that you get maximum productivity. What you need to do is you need to learn how much you can do before you start losing productivity. It's difficult to judge this, but I did an assessment by using a timer. You've got online timers, apps, loads of stuff that can track your time. But I started off with a timer. Now I do a time tracking app. I use Toggle. There's other things called Clockify. So there's loads of things that you can use. However, you could just start with a basic timer and just time when you feel like your productivity is dipping. Have a look and see how long that is, and just test it on a few tasks that you're doing. You'll get an average. My average is 1.5 to 2 hours. I can't really go above 2 hours and get good productivity. Sometimes it's even as low as an hour and 15 minutes. What I tend to do is I set myself for each hour to an hour and a half for each task, and then I make sure that I stop working, irrelevant of how far I've got with the task. I might have finished it, I might not, but then I will take a 20 to 30 minute break in between each period of working. And actually I found I'm more productive working less. That's really, really important, is that you take your breaks throughout the day. So the third thing was more of a tip to make sure that you break up your working day, because us as busy entrepreneurs, busy carnivore entrepreneurs, we need to make sure that we take breaks, and that when we do work, we are at our highest capacity, making our best decisions and doing our highest value work. If you didn't know already, the mind pretty much unlocks. Everything's unlocked from the mind. You become what you think you are. If you are clouded and confused, you can't see who you're supposed to be. You can't see your purpose. You can't see the direction of travel that you're supposed to go in, because your mind is confused. It's not clear. And this focus and flow framework totally unlocks that. And if it doesn't straight away, it will. But what it does do straight away is it make you feel a heck of a lot better. It'll put your mind at rest. It'll clear you up, and it will just make you feel a lot better throughout the day and make you enjoy life a heck of a lot more, even if your purpose and your direction of travel isn't clear straight away. What you want is less confusion, because less confusion is better, makes you make better decisions. Less stress gives you better communication, because if you're not stressed, then you'll communicate with yourself better, you'll communicate with other people better, and then the byproduct of having less confusion and less stress is so much more clarity in what you're doing, and therefore, as what we all want as high-performing entrepreneurs, is better results. And that is the aim of the game. Better results in your mind, better results in your body, and more importantly, better results in your bank account, so that you can freely enjoy your life however you want to, whenever you want to, on your terms. So my challenge to you is try this for one day, doing exactly as I've explained, doing your 3 minutes in the morning with the journal, during the day doing the meditation, in the evening signing off at the end of the day, and let me know in the comments how it made you feel. If you've got any challenges with doing it, do you have 30 minutes a day that you can dedicate to doing a bit of a 5-minute journal and 15 to 20 minutes worth of meditation? I guarantee you do. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. And I guarantee you as well, I am 100% confident it will make you more productive and get you better results, which is what we're all aiming for at the end of the day. Final thoughts. Most people let their mind run them. You need to take back control today, and this is your opportunity to do so. Remember, make a comment, like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. You are a carnivore entrepreneur. Live life how it was supposed to be lived on your terms with strength, energy, and purpose. I'll see you on the next episode.